What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Back with my segment, The Ego Rumor Mill. Let's talk about it. Brandon Bam Bam Rios and the Siberian Rocky Ruslan Provodnikov. Now, this is not signed, sealed, and delivered. However, the powers that be are actually open to making this fight. So I want to talk about this in this video. It's a potential fight that they would be trying to put together third or fourth quarter for this year. Now, my thoughts on this. I did videos when I was talking about a fight they were trying to put together with Kell Brook and Rios, or Brandon Rios and Timothy Bradley. And I told you, I think a better option is Ruslan Provodnikov. Because to me, Brandon Rios is a fun fighter, he's exciting, but his best win at welterweight would have to be probably Mike Alvarado, who was coming off 2 losses, hadn't even fought at 147. The other fight that he won at welterweight was against Diego Chavez, and I had Chavez winning on the scorecards, and then all of a sudden he gets disqualified. So I don't think Rios, after a long suspension when he came back in the Chavez fight, I don't think that was his best performance. So to me, a guy like Ruslan is certified action. Guys like Kell Brook and Rios, guys like Brandon Rios and Bradley, to me, Bradley is now a champion. Kell Brook is a champion. So to me, it's kind of, they have less, the champions have less to win in those situations. And I think there's other fights better. Like, I would rather see Amir Khan and Kell Brook, or Timothy Bradley and Amir Khan, than Brandon Rios, because I think that's a bit more meaningful. Khan has a couple wins at welterweight, things like that. But as far as Provodnikov, Rios, sign me up. I'm all in. This would be an absolute bloodbath. Now, HBO, from what I heard, they weren't really interested in Ruslan's services per se after the Matisse loss. I mean, the sport of boxing is cruel. If you keep losing, then it's hard to promote you, no matter if you're Ruslan Provodnikov or not. Ruslan's not in a boring fight, but again, you can't keep losing time and time again. Like, Ruslan's last win was Jose Luis Castillo in Russia. HBO didn't even air that. And everybody in the boxing world, if you know the sport, knew that was a mismatch. You know what I mean? Castillo had no business, way past it. I mean, he was far removed from, even when he fought Ricky Hatton, and definitely far removed from when he was fighting guys like Floyd Mayweather and, rest in peace, Chico Corrales. So, again, you have to win in the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? Close fights with Bradley, you still lost. You lost to Chris Algieri. You lost to Matisse. And you got, like, mopped up in those early rounds, but you were tough and made it competitive in the second half of the fight. But again, it's still a loss, and that matters in the sport of boxing. So from what I heard, HBO, not that they were just completely done dealing with Ruslan Provodnikov, but he wasn't as marketable, so they weren't really interested in his services. What I think is, I don't think they wanted to put him in a fight that is not going to be guaranteed to be a war. But Brandon Rios is the opposite. Ruslan Provodnikov versus another, if you were going to put him in there with Terrence Crawford, that would be a harder sell. You put Ruslan versus any type of, like, more of a pure boxer, skilled boxer style, then that's a harder sell, because against that style, Ruslan Provodnikov has been hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he roughs up opponents, but a lot of times he's been losing those fights, you know what I mean, with the Herreras and the Algieris and the Matisses, guys with a bit of boxing skill, right? But I believe HBO is all in, because this fight promises to be kind of like Mike Alvarado versus Brandon Rios 1. I really don't see it any other way. I don't see how this could be a boring fight. Neither guy is known for backing down. Both guys are known as tough, and both guys are known as lacking defense. Both guys are known to have incredible chins, and I think that's what HBO wants. Not that they're just washing their hands of Ruslan Provodnikov, but I don't think they want to put him in a fight that could potentially be lackluster. But if we're talking Provodnikov versus Rios, to me, it's almost impossible. Even Matisse versus Provodnikov, to be honest, it lacks some of the action, and I don't blame Matisse for fighting like that. He fought the smart fight. He captured the victory, but I thought it was going to be an all-out bloodbath. But see, the difference between Matisse and Brandon Rios is, I think I've always told people, Matisse is actually not just a brawler. He can bang, no homo. He is a boxer puncher, and he has good body shots, and he has more technique than Brandon Rios. Brandon Rios is coming to slug. Ruslan is coming to slug, and ultimately, I believe that's what HBO is looking for, because they're tight on the budget. They got fights like David Lemieux, Triple G on pay-per-view. They got Cotto Canelo on pay-per-view. So they're being very picky in terms of their fights for the second half of the year because they have a limited amount of budget. Each department is given a lot of a certain budget, like HBO Sports. I'm sure the boxing has its own account. Things like the original series. Nobody's in the business to take losses or to take L's. So it's all an investment, and you want a return on your investment. They're after ratings. And I think, like Victor Postal, let's say he beats Matisse, that versus Ruslan Provodnikov, it wouldn't be a bad fight. But I think, again, it's a harder sell because we've seen Ruslan fail at that type of style. Versus Ruslan versus Rios, it's almost a no-brainer that has to have action, because whereas Matisse can adapt and show more of his boxing range when he needs to and not just brawl, I don't really see Brandon Rios as really possessing that. It's just he has one mode, Ruslan has one mode, and I think kind of that's what HBO's looking for. Basically, they're looking for the sure shot because they've invested a lot of money in pay-per-views and stuff, and it's all about ratings. It's all about success, and this is a guaranteed success. I think Ruslan has a cult following, and I think Brandon Rios is a big star, so you slap this in SoCal or wherever, and I think this is a good fight for the fans. It's a fight I wanted to see a while ago. So if this does come off and they are able to put it together with their budget, this is a great year for boxing. I mean, how many fights are we getting that the fans have wanted for some time now? Mayweather, Pacquiao, Cotto, Canelo, Triple G versus Lemieux, Tyson Fury versus Vladimir Klitschko. People want to see Klitschko in there with one of the top dogs like the Deontay Wilders, Tyson Fury. We're getting that. So if they can get Rios, Ruslan done, I'm fully satisfied. And to me, it'll be an explosive fight. I really can't see it any other way. You guys drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Are you over it? Do you want to see Ruslan Provodnikov versus Brandon Rios? Absolute barn burner, slugfest, all action, war, bloodbath, whatever you want to call it. Let me know in the comment section. Make sure you like my video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.